Could humanity survive a third world war? A conflict on a global scale, with nations armed to the teeth with nuclear weapons, is a chilling thought. But what exactly would happen? How would this theoretical war progress? What would be the aftermath? The first stage of a potential third world war would likely be a period of escalating tension, with nations jostling for power and influence. This could be a slow burn, a simmering pot of geopolitical maneuvering that suddenly boils over. History has shown that war often emerges from a complex web of alliances, rivalries, and power struggles. As tensions rise, nations would likely begin mobilizing their military forces. This phase could last weeks, months, or even years. But once the first shot is fired, the world would be plunged into a conflict unlike any it has ever seen. The second stage would be the outbreak of war. The scale and intensity of this war would be unprecedented. The use of nuclear weapons would fundamentally change the nature of warfare. No longer would battles be fought solely on land, sea, or air. The theater of war would extend to the very atmosphere itself. In the blink of an eye, cities could be vaporized, millions of lives extinguished. The immediate human cost would be unimaginable, but the devastation wouldn't stop there. The detonation of nuclear weapons would cause a nuclear winter, plunging the world into a prolonged period of cold, darkness, and famine. Following the initial wave of destruction, the third stage would be a desperate struggle for survival. Nations would scramble to provide for their citizens amid the ruins of their cities. The world economy would collapse, and global trade would grind to a halt. In this post-apocalyptic world, the survival of the fittest would be the order of the day. The aftermath of a nuclear war would be a grim, dystopian landscape where the struggle for basic resources, like food and water, would dominate daily life. Finally, in the fourth stage, the world would slowly begin to rebuild. This process could take generations. The scars of the war would be etched into the landscape and the collective memory of humanity. In summary, a potential third world war, particularly one involving the use of nuclear weapons, would likely unfold in four stages. First, a period of escalating tension and military mobilization. Second, the outbreak of war and the catastrophic use of nuclear weapons. Third, a desperate struggle for survival in a post-apocalyptic world. And finally, a slow and painful process of rebuilding. While this scenario is deeply unsettling, it underscores the importance of diplomacy, international cooperation, and the pursuit of peace. The specter of a third world war should serve as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of conflict and the preciousness of peace.